Hi, I'm IndieWire Chief Critic Eric Cohn, and welcome to Film Chat with IndieWire. I'm joined today by senior film critic David Ehrlich to talk about why Kelly Reichardt's film, Certain Women, is a vital movie for understanding America today. So David, what I think is really interesting about this film is it's set in rural Montana, and it's all these little stories of characters kind of lost in their lives. But what's so fascinating about it is it's a part of America that we usually don't see represented. You know, this working class struggle that is very much part of what we talk about in the media today.
Yeah, and it's interesting because working class is exactly the way to describe it, but it's not the kind of blue-collar existence that we tend to associate with that term. It's not, these are not people who work factory jobs. These are people who are lawyers in one city and drive hours and hours into the night to teach night school somewhere else. Lily Gladstone plays a farmer who is typically on her horse, and she rides everywhere she goes on her horse down the main roads of Montana. And these are very specific, different portraits of American lives that we don't often see. And I think what's so interesting, and I wouldn't expect anything less from a Kelly Reichardt film, is the humanity that she brings to these roles. And they're not at all reduced into archetypes or stereotypes or anything that us city slickers might imagine of a flyover land, so to speak. I mean, these are vivid, fully rounded portraits of women.
No, it's true. If you give yourself over to the spell of this movie, it's just a fascinating deep dive into the psychology of different kinds of women who are kind of in these worlds that they can't totally figure out, but they're constantly evaluating what their options are. The story is bookended by this plot involving Laura Dern, who's this lawyer. She represents this older man who loses his job, doesn't get workers' comp, and is just really mad about it. And it's just sort of fascinating to sort of dive into this person's psychology and evaluate, when you're living in such a limited world, what are the priorities? What are the daily challenges? And I think what Reichardt is so great at as a filmmaker is that she brings us into this world without any kind of sense of judgment. These aren't country bumpkins. They're real people, and they have everyday struggles, and the world that you see around them, as boring and routine as it might seem, that's all they have. And there's almost something romantic about the way that she explores that world. The thing that's really valuable about a movie like this is that you are seeing consistent kind of creative vision throughout. And it's one that's really about America. And it makes Kelly Reichardt seem so much like an American filmmaker that, it's shocking that more people don't appreciate her work. So this is a great starting point. Well, thanks, David. Be sure to check out Certain Women on demand. I promise it'll be worth your time. I'm Eric Cohn. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.